the Seminole Wars really is just such a developing time for Florida. So many of the cities in Florida, you know, were developed around forts or old villages, and that's where they got their names. So it's not coincidental that there's a Fort Myers or a Fort Lauderdale or a Dade City or a Gainesville or a Tampa. These were all really came about because of the Seminole Wars. You know, again, you know, a lot of people just don't know this history. You know, it's not just a name that there's a fort in front of it. It really meant there probably was a fort somewhere within that vicinity. You know, especially you go up through Central Florida. If you follow up 17, you have like Fort Meade. You know, I haven't been to that site yet. I've driven through Fort Meade. I've seen the McDonald's there. Yeah, maybe one day we'll have to make a field trip out there and see that. You know, and so, you know, through that history, you know, a good portion of the Seminoles, a good portion of the Black Seminoles, you know, were removed or returned, depending on their situation at that time, to what at the time was just called Indian Territory, which is present-day Oklahoma and Arkansas. And so the southeastern people, the southeastern natives, are the first ones being removed to there, and the eastern. You know, because there's the 1830 Indian Removal Act, which, you know, natives are already being kind of removed before then, but 1830 Andrew Jackson imposed that Indian Removal Act that really kind of set in stone the fate of the eastern and southeastern natives. And so basically they're trying to clear out Florida because in 1821 Florida became a U.S. territory. And so they're trying to basically clear out Florida for the American settlers to come through. And American settlers were already starting to make their way into northern Florida. So a lot of these early tensions and aggressions between settlers and, you know, natives, you know, were bound to happen. Or a lot of people fight over today. A lot of it was just over property. You know, who owned this land, whose cattle did these belong to, whose hunting grounds were these, whose farms were those. You know, so it's not a lot different necessarily than today. So any of you are farmers or anything like that, you know, there's not that I know of. I mean, it might depend on when it was too, because a lot of natives did join the U.S. Army, so that when the U.S. Army they were pursuing the Seminoles, there were a lot of Creeks and Cherokees and other tribes, so there were some scouts coming into Florida. So they referred to scouts that were Florida as a possibility, but most likely in the Panhandle would have been Creeks or Cherokees. Maybe right to most people that live in the area, almost, and I would say they're Cherokee, almost Native Americans. You can see the look when someone sees you and they come up to you like, the exhibit.
But it's not ready yet, don't come back.
Just up to year one. Next year we'll do 2 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess you got a chance to speak with Greg.
Yeah, I did. And I think next year we'll be able to get some artifacts from you all. He said for this part, there's nothing that really notices.
Yeah, because exhibits